Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
How's it going? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 481. Episode number 481 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter and Gab. Of course, Gab is the Twitter alternative. You can get there by typing in your browser gab.ai in your browser. I'm on both of those social media under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Anyway, folks, I want to let everybody know here that I'm still kind of woozy. I'm running on empty. I'm running on fumes. I wouldn't say I'm running on empty. I'm running on fumes here. But the show must go on. I got to continue going. Money doesn't sleep. And speaking of money doesn't sleep, we got a lot of things to talk about today. So what I'm going to do is hit right into the markets. Now, what I'm going to do here is unprecedented, because right now what I'm going to do is going to go right into the cryptocurrency markets and then go into the equities markets. Now, the reason I'm doing this from now on, folks, is because of this. The current climate in the cryptocurrency market is ripe for everyone who can just take the time to understand it, take the time to understand how to trade it, how to acquire it, so on and so forth. You could literally trade cryptocurrency 24 hours a day. And there is no pattern or day trading law, folks. So you can go out here and day trade I don't even call it day trading because it's 24-hour trading. So that's why I am going to start leading in with the cryptocurrency coverage, because I believe that right now, anybody who is listening to the sound of my voice, mark my word, remember, I've always been the prognosticator of prognosticators, and I've always led people where the money is. And in my personal opinion, I think it's cryptocurrency right now. There is no regulation on this particular industry. There's a lot of things happening, big-time fluctuations, big-time volatility. I mean, you know what I've always said about pattern or day trading in the equities markets, folks. You want to get those dips. You want to catch the dips, ride the waves. If you take a look at any of these 24-hour charts in any of these cryptocurrencies, volatility is all over them. I'm talking big dips, big waves, and folks, you could trade this 24 hours a day. Even if you're just working and you want to do something to supplement your income to acquire a certain level of wealth, because, folks, as of right now, the tax system interprets cryptocurrency as property, That's right, property, and you don't have to pay taxes on that until you liquidate that property. Now, there's a variety of different interpretations of what that means, so I'm going to be as simple as I possibly can. Let's say you have acquired $500 in Bitcoin. Then you take that $500 in Bitcoin and go to an exchange in which, then there's few exchanges out here. I've already mentioned several of them, in which you can actually go on this exchange and trade Bitcoin for Zcash, for Litecoin, for Zclassic, for Decred, for Ether. You can just trade these all day long, interchange these particular currencies, these cryptocurrencies, and gain liquidity in the process. Even the more beautiful part about it is that the fees that are incurred when you're trading these particular cryptocurrencies are a fraction of what you would traditionally trade if you were, or pay in a commission if you were trading equities. You've seen the commission on equities trades. This is nil. And the reason is, folks, is because there's a lot of frequency happening in the trading of cryptocurrency. So I would like to advise everybody who's on the internet, because anybody who's listening to this broadcast has internet access. So I would encourage you to, first and foremost, get yourself a wallet, a digital currency wallet, preferably Bitcoin, obviously, because if you're going to trade for any of these other altcoins, is what they would call them, you have to trade with Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is the standard. So if you wanted to acquire Bitcoin, you go to, now look, I'm not trying to promote any wallet in particular. I'm only advising people going to Coinbase, coinbase.com, because if you get an account there, which is very easy to do, you can buy Bitcoin straight out of your PayPal account, and it's one of the only services I know that you can do that with. So you can just buy Bitcoin right off the bat, and then you have it in your wallet. By default, when you have an account on Coinbase, you have a wallet. Now, you as a cryptocurrency aficionado or a diversified cryptocurrency holder, you're going to have many digital wallets, because there's only a certain amount of wallets that hold cryptocurrency. You can't put a Bitcoin cryptocurrency wallet in a, let's say, Zclassic cryptocurrency wallet. I know this is very confusing, folks, but remember, we're at the ground floor of this. If you just do a little bit of research, a little bit of reading, you are literally at the ground floor of what's about to take off. And the reason is, folks, is because these algorithmic patterns, these pre-programmed algorithms that create cryptocurrency is more stable than these money managers or people in charge of monetary policy, a.k.a. central banks, because the algorithm is not going to just decide it's going to continuously print out money. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to continuously give out so much money, and at some point it's going to come to an end. Now, with that being said, folks, I just strongly advise people get a wallet, and not just Coinbase. That's a wallet that you can have away from your computer, because typically you have a wallet that you have on your computer at all times, and your computer or your actual phone becomes your digital wallet, and it's always connected. Because if you were to send any of these cryptocurrencies, it has to go through these blockchains in order for it to process the transaction. Now, I know this is very complicated stuff. I don't want to get complicated here. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. Basically, folks, what I'm asking you all to do is entertain the idea of mining Bitcoins, of obtaining Bitcoins, and trading them. There is a lot of money to be made in trading these things. I am making it right now. That's why I'm tired. I want to be honest with you. I've been up all night. There's just so much volatility. Let me just get to the damn coverage of cryptocurrency, all right, folks? And this is going to be the new format from now on. We are going to lead in right into the cryptocurrency market, and then we're going to cover the equities and commodities markets. All right? Let's go ahead and get to cryptocurrency here. Now, when I read off these cryptocurrency prices, this is American money that these things are being sold for right now. This is American money. Now, let me go back to what I was getting at as far as the tax implications are concerned. This, as far as cryptocurrency is concerned, is considered property right now, to my knowledge, from the IRS. There's been a couple of court cases that have set this precedent, not to mention there's been laws that have been passed by the IRS itself that have the interpretation of cryptocurrency being a property, not a currency. Now, let's say that you decide that you want to buy something via Bitcoin, and it's a big, huge purchase. Let's say you wanted to go out and buy a car. Well, a car all of a sudden becomes one of three different taxes. And you see, this is where taxes get very confusing. And I'm not a tax expert. I am just saying this for educational and maybe entertainment purposes or whatever. I am just trying to plant seeds out here. But let's say you traded your Bitcoin for a car. Well, all of a sudden, that car becomes either one of three different taxes. It's either a fringe benefit, it's either a gift, or it's a capital gain. And that is when you, as a capitalist, have to figure out what exactly that particular Bitcoin purchase is. And that's you see, that's where it gets complicated a little bit. I'm not going to advise anybody what I would interpret it as because I'm not a tax expert, but that's what it is. Now, let's take another example. Let's say you trade Bitcoin for physical gold, like I was advising people to do about 3-4 weeks ago. Let's just say you trade for physical troy ounces of gold. Well, the gold isn't taxable until you liquidate the gold, meaning you go out and you physically sell the gold itself. Now, let's say you use that gold to trade up for something else. That is when the gold acts as a medium of exchange. And let's say the gold buys you something that's even more valuable than the gold itself. That can be interpreted as those three different taxes once again. So I'm just saying that, you want to be able to interpret what the tax implications are because look, there's a lot of money to be made. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you folks. I think that you can take $500 and you can just trade. I mean, it's 24 hours a day, baby. It's a 24-hour day market. You keep up with the market. Within about a couple of months, I think you could turn that $500 into like $15,000. I think even more, in my view. I'm not even going to brag about what I'm making because I can't believe it myself, but it's in cryptocurrency. So what I'm doing, I'm not going to cash it out. So if by some chance here in the next year or something, I become a multimillionaire, it'll be in cryptocurrency, and then it's up to me how I'm going to be able to cash that out. How do I cash that out? I mean, do I buy a business? Because if you buy a business, that's a completely different other type of tax implication. Do I unload it in another country, meaning I cash it out in another country and create a business within that country that has very, very low tax rates? Do I, just roll it over into gold or silver? There's a variety of things that, you can do when you acquire and become a multi-millionaire in the cryptocurrency market. So I'm telling you this right now, man. I am encouraging folks, learn about this. Try to look. I don't care how you're into this. All right. If you're a business, start accepting cryptocurrency. Okay. If you're somebody that just doesn't understand it, just get a wallet first. Get a wallet and then make your first transaction via cryptocurrency, and then you'll start getting it. All right. For you folks that want to mine Bitcoin or want to mine other cryptocurrencies, you're ahead of the game, folks. If you're a gamer and you have a high-end graphics card, because that is the best piece of hardware to mine any kind of cryptocurrency. And when mining, and I know all this is a very lot of complicated jargon for people that are just tuning in, mining is the concept in which, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, I may say it 1,000 times because I want as many people as possible involved in the cryptocurrency movement here. What it is you download some software, and that software, you connect from that software into what they call a mining pool. And in that mining pool, what your computer acts as, it acts as a computing device that helps process all the different transactions that are happening on a decentralized basis to whatever cryptocurrency you are mining. So let me try to break this down for people that are getting more confused. Let's say in the traditional banking sense, let's say that I go to an ATM and I get, $100 from whatever ATM. I mean, that's the funny part about it. I can go to the corner store ATM. I can go to the ATM in Los Angeles. Whatever, my financial institution will get money out of that machine and give it to me. And the reason it can is because these financial institutions have all these computers and all these servers all over the world. And this is millions and probably billions of dollars of sophisticated networking equipment. Now, what you or people that mine cryptocurrency act as, they act as those computers that traditional banking and financial institutions have. They act as those big devices in a collective capacity. And to reward all those that are not only acting as a networking piece in this collective decentralized cryptocurrency and all the transactions, the algorithm rewards folks. The algorithm rewards folks for actually being on the system mining cryptocurrency by giving cryptocurrency to the miner itself.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
So I know that's a very complicated process, but if you can understand it in a very simple sense, that you got a computer and you got a high-end graphics card, well, you download a software, you find a mining pool server, you load up the software with the mining pool server in it, and then the computer does the rest. And all you've got to do is sit back and watch cryptocurrency being put into your wallet as your computer acts as a mining device for whatever cryptocurrency you're mining. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. I know it's complicated, folks, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and everybody out here would be, it wouldn't be what it is today. It would not be what it is today. So with that being said, folks, get into the cryptocurrency movement here. In my personal view, I don't want a cashless society, but you take a look at Venezuela, you take a look at Taiwan, you take a look at India, the EU is talking about banning cash. It seems as if it's going to be some movement to some capacity. Now, the bad part about it is that if they're going to outlaw cash, then we're all dealing with digits anyway. We're all dealing with computerized digits. I mean, that's what it is. If we were to outlaw cash, I mean, the financial institutions would have the monopoly over those digits. I know it sounds silly, folks, but this is where we're headed. And that's why if we all, as a collective world community, acknowledge a decentralized form of currency that is not regulated by any central banking system, and we all accept it, we can beat the banksters. Do you understand? we can beat those that are trying to monopolize finance. We could beat those folks. That's why I'm trying to encourage as many people as we possibly can to get into this cryptocurrency before the regulators start coming in, before the government starts coming in. This is your time to make some serious, serious money. Now, let's go ahead and get to it. Now, somebody's asking me about cloud mining. Now, for folks that are unaware, there are services that are offering. There's a lot of different services, believe it or not, a lot of different instruments that are being invented because of the cryptocurrency market. I am not going to advise anything about cloud mining. Just remember this. Some of these mining contracts that are being pushed forth by these cloud miners, they are at a substantial premium with an anticipation of increase in a given cryptocurrency. Now, you need to go to mining calculators. You need to look them up. I think Coin Wars with a Z at the end, Coin Wars with a Z at the end.com actually has all these different cryptocurrency calculators so that you can actually see if you're going to get your money's worth, if you happen to have a hard piece of hardware or whatever the case might be. And you can calculate these cloud mining. You can calculate these cloud mining contracts and see if it's going to be viable. In my view, I have not found a cloud contract that has been viable for me to, even entertain the notion. But other people have, and to each their own. That's the whole purpose of being a part of a free market. So anyway, once again, I want to say thank you to everybody who is listening in to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. With cryptocurrency, we can beat any financial system. And this is what they're using now in Venezuela, folks. They're using Bitcoin. And as a matter of fact, they're using rare pepes, too, which is ironic. But I don't want to get into the whole debate about that. They're also using Bitcoin in Zimbabwe. For you folks who are unfamiliar with Zimbabwe's economic situation, they have overprinted so much money in Zimbabwe, I think that they've just printed out the $1 trillion bill. The $1 trillion bill. So, once again, folks, this is why I'm promoting cryptocurrency. And right now, if you just take your time, learn about it, read about it, you are at the ground floor before everybody else gets on. And look at these prices. Let's go ahead and get to the markets right now. Cryptocurrency market, let's get to there. Bitcoin, okay, symbol on Bitcoin is BTC. Take a look at the market capitalization for Bitcoin right now. Market capitalization is at about $16.6 billion, baby, with B. I'm talking as in Bill Gates. $16.6 billion market capitalization. Current circulating supply of Bitcoin is 16,246,000 Bitcoin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has gone down 1.34% decrease on the day for Bitcoin. The current price for Bitcoin, symbol BTC, $1,026.65 per Bitcoin. Once again, $1,026.65 per Bitcoin. I mean, that's American dollars, baby. And it may vary. That's the beautiful part about cryptocurrency. Let's say you want to move around in the world. Let's say you want to be a world traveler. I want to be a world traveler. Well, the beautiful part about having cryptocurrency is that you can move around cryptocurrency all over the world and cash out in whatever country of origin. And depending on the country's currency, I mean, Bitcoin could even be more money, physical, tangible cash in whatever country you happen to cash this out in. So I just think, I mean, it gives people a lot of flexibility, in my personal opinion, in cryptocurrency. I mean, don't you think? I mean, it's very, very safe, in my personal opinion. I mean, I like where this is headed. I don't like that we are potentially going to end up in a cashless society. And it's a trend that all the policymakers, no matter what country, want to just shove down our throats. So you might as well prepare ahead of time, and that's what all good capitalists should do, prepare ahead. Let's go ahead and get to Ethereum, folks. All right, Ethereum, or Ethereum, I don't know, whatever they want to call it. I call it Ethereum. The symbol on it is ETH. ETH. The current market capitalization for Ethereum is $4.7 billion. I mean, it's just real money, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, you could literally hit the ground floor on this thing and become filthy rich. I'm not even joking, man. That's why I'm covering this first. I want to make people rich because I'm telling you, when everybody's a millionaire, you know what they're going to do? They're going to remember old Ghost over here. They're going to throw hopefully a couple of monuments, commemorating old Ghost for creating capitalists. All right, so that's all. I'm just saying. I hope so. Anyway, Ethereum, once again, $4.7 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply of Ethereum is 90,254,782 Ethereum cryptocurrency in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 1.65%. 1.65% decrease. The current price of Ethereum, once again, ETH is the symbol, current price, $52.51 per Ethereum cryptocurrency. Let's go ahead and get to Dash Coin, shall we? Dash Coin, symbol DASH. The current market capitalization for Dash Coin is $565 million, almost $566 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Dash Coin is 7,196,192 Dash Coin in circulation. It has gone down in the past 24 hours 7.58%. The current price, I should say, for Dash Coin, DASH, current price, $78.64 per Dash Coin, baby. I mean, this is real money. This is serious money here. I'm just saying. Now, let's take a look at Litecoin, folks. I know that Litecoin has been a little light, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? But Litecoin is also, it's just taken a humongous increase up. And let me tell you something, folks. I've actually was trading Litecoin today and making some serious money off this. Let's go ahead and get to Litecoin. Symbol LTC. LTC is the symbol. The current market capitalization for Litecoin is $327,817,503 market capitalization. So we can go ahead and round it up to $328 million market cap. What's the current circulating supply? Current circulating supply is 50,415,157 Litecoin in circulation. Folks, within the past 24 hours, it has gone up 55.21%. 55.21%. I mean, good God, that's what I'm telling you, man. You could trade this crap all night and make serious money, man. I'm just trying to plant seeds. I'm just trying to plant the capitalist seeds here. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's continue going here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Current price of Litecoin is $6.50 per Litecoin. And look, I'm going to tell you, that was a low price. So just imagine getting a low price and having it go up 55%. Baby, that's serious money. And then what you do, once you realize that, hey, I think Litecoin's tapped out, you go and you trade back to Ethereum. You trade back to Bitcoin. You trade back to whatever. That's the beauty of it, man. I mean, you can do this 24 hours a day. There is no pattern or day trading law against this stuff. I'm just trying to plant seeds. That's all I'm trying to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the Monero, symbol XMR. XMR, the current market capitalization for the Monero is $292 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply of Monero is 14,207,777 Monero in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up modestly 0.12%. The current price to Monero, the symbol XMR, current price $20.56 per Monero. Let's go ahead and get to Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic, symbol ETC. Current market capitalization for Ethereum Classic is $220 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 90,212,335 Ethereum Classic in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 3.04% increase. The current price to Ethereum Classic, symbol ETC, current price $2.44 per Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency. Let's go ahead and get to Zcash. I'm actually mining Zcash. I'm going to be honest with you. Zcash right now, the current, the symbol on Zcash is ZEC. ZEC. The current market capitalization for Zcash is $65 million. $65 million. The current circulating supply is 979,031. Zcash cryptocurrency in circulation. I mean, it's under 1 million. That's why I like it. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 4.76% increase. The current price for Zcash, the symbol ZEC, current price $66.49 per Zcash cryptocurrency. Let's continue going. We got Decred. Decred, symbol DCR, Decred. The current market capitalization for Decred is $48 million. The current circulating supply is 4,141,392 Decred in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 5.34%. The current price for Decred, symbol DCR, current price $11.60 per Decred. Now, somebody has been telling me to cover Dogecoin for some reason, and I don't know why, because it's like a fraction of a penny. But from what I understand, people on Twitter are saying that it's very easy to mine, and just looking at the circulating supply, I can see, and supposedly you can help convert Dogecoin into some of these lower-end, up-and-coming cryptocurrencies and then trade up. You see, that's another strategy also, folks. If you happen to mine some of these coins, let's say you mine some of these coins and then you want to trade up, then trade upward. Trade up in coinage. I mean, that's the whole strategy around what I'm trying to convey on this broadcast. Now, Dogecoin, folks, I don't know why, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Dogecoin, symbol DOGE. The current market capitalization for Dogecoin is $32 million, almost $33 million market capitalization. Now, get this. The current circulating supply of Dogecoin is 108,755,928,597 Dogecoin in circulation. I mean, give me a break. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 10.11%. The current price to Dogecoin is $0.000303. The current price. All right, now for all you Dogecoiners out there you go. All right, let's go ahead and get to BitConnect. BitConnect, folks. The symbol on BitConnect is BCC. The current market capitalization for BitConnect is $19 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 5,784,169 BitConnect cryptocurrency in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 1.36% decrease for BitConnect. The current price for BitConnect, symbol BCC, current price $3.34 per BitConnect cryptocurrency. Let's go to Bitcoin Dark, folks. Bitcoin Dark has been seeing some major waves in the past 24 hours. You need to take a look at those. As a matter of fact, you should take a look at the week chart on Bitcoin Dark. Let's go ahead and get to it. Symbol on Bitcoin Dark is BTCD. BTCD. The current market capitalization for Bitcoin Dark is $10.5 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 1,288,862 Bitcoin Dark in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 20.38% increase. 20.38% increase in the past 24 hours. Look, there's liquidity there, baby. You know what I'm saying? The current price for Bitcoin Dark is $8.14 per Bitcoin Dark cryptocurrency. I mean, this is money. I'm just saying. Let's get to a couple more, and then we'll go ahead and move on. Zcoin, folks. Zcoin, symbol XZC. The current market capitalization for Zcoin is $8 million. The current circulating supply is 1,771,604 Zcoin in circulation. The past 24 hours, it has gone down 8.46%, 8.46% decrease. The current price to Zcoin, symbol XZC, $4.55 per Zcoin. Let's get to NovaCoin, folks. NovaCoin, it is current market, so the symbol, NVC. NVC is the current symbol for NovaCoin. Market capitalization is $4 million on NovaCoin. Current circulating supply is 1.6, let's just say 1.7 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, NovaCoin has gone up 4.35%. And the current price to NovaCoin, symbol NVC, is $2.42 per NovaCoin cryptocurrency. And let's get to the last one here, folks. Z Classic, symbol ZCL. ZCL, the current market capitalization for Z Classic is $1.6 million in market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Z Classic is 829,213, so way under a million in circulation. The past 24 hours, it has gone down 1.63% decrease. The current price for Z Classic, symbol ZCL, current price $1.99 per Z Classic cryptocurrency. Now, once again, folks, that's the coverage for the cryptocurrency portion of the Financial Hour. I encourage everybody to read up, get yourself a digital wallet. All right? If you're a business, start accepting cryptocurrency, baby. I'm telling you, this is the future. All right? I mean, we can beat the banksters here, and we can have our own independent capitalism outside these money idiots trying to destabilize the goddamn economy by printing and overprinting money. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to the equities markets and then the commodities markets, folks. Let's go ahead and run through that. Now, once again, the whole reason why we have reformatted the Financial Hour to cover cryptocurrencies first is because if you wanted to pattern or day trade any equities in the equities market, you have to have at least $25,000 in a brokerage account to legally do so. Now, why would they do that, folks? I'll tell you why. Because they want to prohibit an individual investor like yourself, an independent capitalist. They want to prevent you from succeeding. You understand? I mean, you understand how government works now? It's not there to protect anybody other than the big interests that finance the campaign contribution accounts of the regulators themselves. You get it? Anytime there's regulation, it is nothing more than a protection of some big guy somewhere. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to it, all right? Let's get to the Dow Jones Industrial. Now, folks, we saw the dollar slip today, the U.S. dollar. So it's very interesting that I'm seeing correlations with certain cryptocurrencies and certain cryptocurrencies rising and the fall of the U.S. dollar. So that's a very interesting thing. But, of course, in traditional finance, if you see a decrease in the dollar, you should see an increase in equities and possibly an increase in commodities. Let's see if that financial fundamentals is reflected today. Dow Jones Industrial up, okay? And the reason it's up, the falling dollar. Falling dollar. Dow Jones Industrial is up 69.17 points. A percentage increase of 0.33%, closing out the Dow at 20,728.49 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. Let's get to the S&P. S&P 500 is up modestly, but still up 6.93 points, a percentage increase of 0.29%, closing out the S&P at 2,368.06 points for the S&P 500. Let's go ahead and get to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also up today, folks, 0.28%. Actually, it's up 16.80 points, up to 0.28%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,914.34 points for the NASDAQ composite. Now, let's continue going. Let's get through the commodities here. We did see that the fall of the dollar today was reflected in a little bit of a modest increase in the equities market. Let's see what we have today in commodities, shall we? Now, once again, let's go ahead and get back to oil here, or energy, I should say. I just don't trust energy. I know that you've got a lot of buyers in the market today. But I don't get it. I don't get it. But let's just go ahead and cover it anyway. WTI sweet crude is up 82 cents today, a percentage increase of 1.66%. Closing out WTI, it's up over 50, folks. $50.33 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. Now, once again, the reason that WTI is increasing is based on news. Now, this is a pure news play. And listen, I just don't believe what OPEC is saying anymore. I don't believe what any of these, we're cutting, you ain't doing crap. I don't trust them. And let me tell you, I'm really shocked that the commodities traders here in the energy sector trust them as well. Let me go ahead and get to Brent crude, shall we? Brent crude is up 51 cents, a percentage increase of 0.97%, closing out Brent crude at $52.93 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Let's get to gasoline. Gasoline is up 1.37%. Oh, that's great. We're going to see increase in gasoline prices in the spring going into the summertime. How convenient, boy. How convenient. Let's go ahead and get to the feast or famine natural gas. I was expecting some level of pullback. We're finally starting to see a little bit of it today in natural gas. Natural gas is down 1.05% decrease on the day for natural gas. Heating oil up today, 1.11% increase on the day. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Now, folks, if you take a look at the intraday chart, it looked as though that metals were actually doing fairly well. And then for some reason, there at the end of the day, it just started petering out. It started petering out, for Christ's sake. And, who knows? Who knows? These investors are smoking crack out here. And to be honest with you, I'm tired of it. That's why I'm covering cryptocurrency markets, because, folks, if you and I, individual investors, create the cryptocurrency market, we're not at the behest of these Wall Street bastards. We're not at the behest of these financial institutions. We're taking control of our own wealth. We're taking control of our own money. And all of us as a collective can individually be capitalist in the cryptocurrency sense without necessarily having to be dependent on any kind of goddamn central bank. I think that's what's so beautiful about it. I think it's so beautiful about it. Anyway, let's continue going, all right? Who else do we got here? We got gold, all right? All right, gold here. Let's go ahead and get to gold. Now, we saw the dollar slipping. And as I stated, it's reflected in the intraday chart, and there at the end of the day, it just started petering out. Gold was down today. It's down $12, a percentage decrease of 0.95%, closing out gold at $1,244.80 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver, folks. Silver is down also today, 12 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.64%, closing out silver at $18.14 per troy ounce of silver. Copper also down 0.04%, and platinum is down 0.07%. Let's go ahead and get to the agriculture commodities, folks. Let's see what's reflected in today's session in this particular area of commodities. And what I'm looking at a lot of blood here. I'm looking at a lot of blood. I don't know what the hell's going on. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, we're at the behest of Wall Street and their goddamn reaction, and that's why I'm tired of it. All right, I mean, it's time we got our own markets now in the cryptocurrency market. That's why cryptocurrency is going to be first covered every day during the first hour in the financial market sector. Do you understand? Because I'm telling you, I want everybody to be making this money. We're at the ground floor. I can feel it, baby. I can feel it. I can feel it. Let's go ahead and get to the grain, shall we? Grain index. Corn down 0.28%. We've got wheat down 1.06%. We've got oats down it's down even more than that. Oats is down 1.73%. Good God. Rough rice down 0.20%. We've got soybean down 0.62%. Soybean oil down 0.62%. We've got canola down 1.34% decrease. Good God. Let's go ahead and get to the softs index. We've got cocoa up today very modestly, but up 0.48%. We've got coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude,
Shut up, you damn freaking anal camel toe sporting fruit. Anyway, believe it or not, coffee is unchanged today, folks. There is no change in the price of coffee today. And I'd like to remind everybody to continue to boycott Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks. Do you understand that? That's why I'm saying, folks, boycott Starbucks. Because it's effective. It's effective because we have collectively forced the CEO bastard of Starbucks to step down after he tried to make a mockery of our president. You understand that? Making a mockery of our president. And how did he do so? He did so by saying, yeah, we're going to hire 10,000 illegal immigrants just to defy Donald Trump. Yeah, that's who we are. We're Starbucks. Yeah, well, that son of a bitch CEO had to step down. And you know who else we need to boycott, boy? McDonald's. Y'all remember that tweet? Y'all remember that anti-American tweet against our president? Boycott McDonald's. If I see Ronald McDonald, I'm kicking him in the balls. Props to the Hamburglar. Anyway, let's get to sugar, shall we? Sugar! Sugar is down today. Oh, man, it's down 1.81% decrease. We've got orange juice also down today, 4.86% decrease on the day. I mean, good God. We've got cotton up today, 0.12%. Lumber is up 1.68% increase. We got rubber up 0.12%. 0.12% for rubber. We got ethanol up 0.94%. Let's get to livestock. Cattle, it continues going down. Continue to go down, cattle, all right? I like prime ribs, baby. I like the prices that they're at. I mean, I like beef tenderloin, baby. I love those prices. Keep the cheap beef. Keep the cheap beef. Live cattle is down today, 0.87% decrease on the day for live cattle. Cattle feeder is also down today, folks, and that's reflective of all the damn red we saw in the grains index because there are certain components that create or make up cattle feeder that is in the grain index. Well, cattle feeder is down 1.35% decrease on the day for cattle feeder. And lean hog, baby, it is up off the high hog today. Lean hog is up 2.06% increase on the day for lean hog. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? What a market hour, folks, and I am highly anticipating the explosion that is bound to happen in cryptocurrency, and I hope that you are listening to the sound of my voice and are getting on board before this damn thing explodes. I mean, take a look at the money that's in cryptocurrency now, and that's based upon the limited amount of people that actually know about this stuff. Just wait until everybody else starts realizing that, hey, I can just go ahead and have my money on my phone and I could just transfer it. Well, that's easy. I would love that. I don't need the bank. I don't need to, put my money in the bank. No, you don't need to put your money in your bank. You just got to secure it in your computer or secure it in a wallet that is hosted by some third party. Well, that's great. I would love to do something like that. I'm on board. I like the cryptocurrency stuff. Well, you should like it. It puts you in control of the money, man. It puts you in control of your wealth. You're not dependent on a goddamn central bank. The market dictates what the cryptocurrency is worth, baby.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit mbusa.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Anyway, folks, let's just go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs, shall we? And Gab shout-outs, folks. Let's go ahead and get to Twitter and Gab shout-outs. And for you folks that would like a Twitter shout-out right now, all you have to do is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, and the tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. True Capitalist Radio Live. If you retweet that tweet, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast here and now. Hey, engineer, we got any Twitter shout-outs to be had out here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. We got Sergeant Yoda in the house. We got Sneak Man in the place, Dorito Burrito, Lego Fan, a Drunk Wolf in the house, Attention Wealth. What's going on to Attention Wealth? We got Zygarde Rumble. We've got Juju It. Just shut up about the Jew jokes, you anti-Semitic bastards, all right? We've got Supa in the place. What's going on, Supa? Crusades for Arabia in the house. We got Shiny Pori. We got Vivian HD. We've got Distilling Huff and Paint. Nah, man, don't be Huff and Paint, man. Don't do it, man. It kills your brain cells, boy. It kills your damn brain cells. You don't do it, boy. Jesus Christ. Who else do we have here? We've got the 727 caller. I think he wants off the short bus. We may have to talk about it, but hey, we'll talk about it. What's going on to him? We got Dr. Bristle. We've got Sobriety Ruin TCR. Look, man, can you please stop with the whole sobriety jokes and all that other nonsense, man? I'm serious, man. Just stop it. Please just stop. I don't need you people to be tempting me, I don't need this. I really don't need this. I really don't need this. I don't need to be tempted to drink. I'm having a very hard time being sober. I'm going to be honest with you, all right? Having a very hard time. I'm ashamed about it. I'm embarrassed for myself that I am having a hard time, and it's getting to me. I'm sweating, I'm edgy, I'm angry. Just shut up, all right? We got Chris Hyde in the house. We got Mad Max for Canada. We got, I'm not going to say that name. Shut up with you sick, twisted bastards and these freaking troll names, man. Who else we got here? Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, and I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. We've got Sinwagon. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean, man, but I'm sure you're trying to get me to drink, and I don't appreciate it, all right? I really don't appreciate it one bit. We got Trump and Capitalist in the house. We got the retard bus, I'm sure. Harpies for ghosts. Look, listen, man. Listen, last night, or not this last night, but the night before last, there was an unbelievable storm that once again came into San Hambonio. Hail, high winds, tornadic-like activity in some parts, for Christ's sake. I'm tired of this being the norm. I have never seen this amount of habitual, just drastic, violent weather. I haven't seen it on a habitual basis like this. All right? And I think that HAARP, and for you folks that are unaware, there is a weather experimental type of, look, I don't want to get into it. Just look up HAARP, all right, where they can create thunderstorms, they can create high wind, they can create all kinds of crap. I think that they're sending all kinds of violent activity of storms and tornadoes and hails. They're trying to direct it at me because they're trying to give me the harpies. They're trying to give me the damn harpies, for Christ's sake. Screw you, HAARP. Son of a bitch. Oh, yeah, True Thirst Radio. Thank you very much. Shut up. TCR Arab Oil. Shut up, man. Jesus Christ, man. Texas Martyrs in Hell, LOL. Oh, you son of a bitch. I bet you're a little four-eyed, red-headed, beaten stepchild. I guarantee you that you wouldn't come down here to Texas and say that about the Texas Martyrs, boy. I guarantee it. We'll stick a goddamn T-bone steak in your ass. You do something like that to you, boy. Give me the mic. Son of a bitch. Ghost Crypto Jew. Shut up about the Jew jokes already, all right? Oy vey, shut it down. Shut up. We've got the Brody Network in the house. What's going on? Once again, I'm only going to take a couple more of these Twitter shout-outs, and then we're going to move on to Gab, folks, because I mean, every time we come to Twitter, we do this. It's the same crap, different place. Anyway, who else do we have here? We got the True Beer and Butter Radio. F you, all right? F you. Jesus Christ. BJ's for your browser history. You know what? That's not even funny. Shut up! Just shut up! Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we saw in your browser history, it'd be pretty interesting stuff there too, there, boy. I don't want to talk about that crap. You understand? We already talked about it on a show back time before. I don't want to talk about it now. I don't want to talk about it now. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Jesus. Pigsty, man. Look at this. There's got crap all over here, man. Get crap out of here. You know, back in Austin, I used to have a little Mexican lady, an old Mexican lady, come in and clean the office and all that. I miss that old Mexican lady. You know, she'd come in. Yeah, Mr. Ghost, I will clean your office. Don't worry about my little mijo. He's just going to sit here and eat his taco, and I will clean your office, Mr. Ghost. Now I'm in San Hambonio, and it's like I wouldn't let. Look, look. if you're from San Hambonio, I'm sorry, but let's be honest. I mean, it's kind of backwards out here, all right? I mean, I'm literally, if I go to a corner store or if I go to a fast food joint, which is rare, if I do go, it's Whataburger. I love Whataburger. Oh, Whataburger's the best! But even then, man, they've got tattoos on their goddamn face. I mean, I have never seen a more populated group of people in a centralized area with tattoos on their face than in San Hambonio. I'm not even joking around. I mean, folks, they've got like the city, like the silhouette of the city tattooed like under their eyeballs. Yeah, look, I've given up trying to figure stuff out like that. I don't know. Let's just move on. All right, what's going on with a Smiler? All right, how you doing? Liver Surgostis. That's not funny, asshole. All right. My health's in jeopardy. That's why I'm trying to stop drinking. Stop making fun of it. Anyway, folks. We are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around like wildfire. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Anyway, folks, let me continue on with these Twitter shout-outs. I'm only going to take a couple more of these, and then we're going to move on to Gab, folks, all right? We got the Green Leader in the house. Ghost drinks light beer. Are you kidding me? I don't drink light beer piss. Are you joking? Why even drink beer if you're going to drink light beer? I mean, it's like Biff, man. You know, remember that say, I got your car towed all the way to your house for you, and all you got for me is light beer? Yeah, no kidding. Light beer? I'm tired. I'm so tired, man. Alcohol 1, Ghost Health 0. You know what? F you. Shut up! Just shut up! You people are laughing at my health. I can't believe you people are laughing at my health. I mean, what kind of fan base do I have that want to see me hurt, that want to see me dead? I mean, can somebody explain this rationale to me? I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to figure stuff out like this. I really am. Give me the damn mic. I can't believe you people, just trying to. Oh man, I'm just shut up, all of you. Just shut your stupid, stinking, fat, smelly holes, and just shut up. Yeah, Whataburger Queen. Oh, that's funny. That's fresh. Shut up, man. Paint 1, Distilling's Brain 0. You know what? I'm done with Twitter shout out. Let's go to Gab. All right, let's go to Gab. I'm not putting up with this crap anymore. All right, if you want a Gab shout out, all you got to do is repost or like the first post on my Gab account, and of course, the Gab post to repost or like is True Capitalist Radio Now Live. True Capitalist Radio Now Live. We got Short Bus Demolition Derby. We've got Australia first, Texas next. Yeah, shut up. Don't even. Not with natural disasters, boy. Shut up. Just shut your stupid face. Ghost Crypto Crony Circle. Look, just shut your mouth, all right? All of you just shut up. Arboru, what's going on, Arboru? We got BN King in the house. What's going on, the Green Leader? We've got, I'm not going to say that, Agent Odd Eyes in the house. We got Ghost Palin 2020. Shut up, man. Ghost needs a Mexican. Yeah, you know what? I should make you idiots my pet Mexican. How about that? I should make one of you goddamn troll terrorists or cyber vermin my pet Mexican, you fruity bastards. Jesus Christ. Who else do we have here? We got, man, how the hell did some of you trolls get an account on here? You got Commando Nando in the place. What's going on to Commando Nando? Swiss Alpine Capitalist. Who else do we have? We got a beer a day keeps the rice patties away. You son of a... Jesus Christ, I can't get away from these trolls, man. I can't get away from these trolls. Oh, my God, man. Give me the mic. That Whataburger coin. Oh, that's fresh. That's just so funny. Right? Day trade Ghost's wife. You son of a... That's it. That's it. That's it. You know what? That's it, man. No more Gab shout-outs. No more Twitter shout-outs. And you know what? You're going to make fun of my wife, boy. I'm thinking about ending the goddamn show right now. How about that? How about I just end the show and go have myself a decent happy hour somewhere out here in San Antonio since you assholes want me thrown off the wagon so bad, for Christ's sake. This is hard to stay sober, man. It's hard. It's hard, man. Give me the mic. Look, that's just wishful thinking going out to a happy hour. I cannot drink, folks. My health ain't the greatest, all right? My health ain't the greatest, and the last thing I need is just to continue to deteriorate it by, getting loaded, every goddamn day, for heaven's sake. You know what I'm saying? Just leave me alone, all right? Just leave me alone. All right, let me calm down here, folks. I'm sorry. Let's get to the news. We've got a lot of things to talk about today. I don't need to be deviated by a bunch of goddamn internet troll terrorists and cyber vermin. And let me tell you something. You troll terrorists and cyber vermin, you keep this up. All right, look at it. Donald Trump's about to pass a bill, the Kurt Eckenwald thing. You keep this up. I got 2 words for you, boy. 2 words for you. Punitive damages. I'm warning you. I'm warning your ass. All right? I'm warning your ass. Anyway, let me continue going here. We're going away from the financial hour and Twitter and Gab shout-outs. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's happening here in today's world, shall we? The President of the United States, folks, calls out the Freedom Caucus and threatens them in 2018 elections. Now, this is a very interesting strategy being implemented by the President because I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the people that are on the Freedom Caucus, I think they're there for a genuine purpose and a genuine cause. But I want to be honest, folks, if you take a look at where the money's coming from and some of these bureaucrats that are in the Freedom Caucus, they go back to the Koch brothers. They go back to, these financial interests that have been tied to the Never Trump campaign, that whole Never Trump movement. And you see, I understand why we have our president calling out the Freedom Caucus and threatening them with the 2018 potential election threat. And I'm assuming that Trump is threatening the Freedom Caucus by saying with that, it was a tweet that he actually said that in, he obviously is saying that he's not going to campaign for them and could potentially campaign for another competitor that is within their district that is running for the Republican ticket. Now, once again, I genuinely believe that many that were in the Freedom Caucus were right. Were absolutely right when they were trying to oppose and were successful in opposing this Ryan Care bill. Because let's be honest, folks, I am tired of the health insurance industry having a monopoly on our health. And you see, this is one issue that the Republicans are not going to touch because take a look at who funds their campaign contributions. I mean, you know, folks, that's what it all comes down to. And the only way that we're going to be able to combat the big money interests is if we continue to be political. And we can't let up. We have to continue to hold these politicians' feet to the fire. Because what we need to do is be a threat to their sustainability as a bureaucrat. Because if they actually feel that there's a grassroots effort to try to remove them from office, they will crack. They will crack. And this is why I have always said to you, man, you've got to stay focused and stay political. If you don't, these bureaucrats will take control and guide policy however they see fit. Now, the reason I believe that the president is calling out the Freedom Caucus is because health care is not the only thing that they're in opposition of. And I believe that they've probably already told the president that they're going to be basically thorns in the asses of the president, probably when it comes to other policy, when it comes to the tax cuts, when it comes to the infrastructure bill. It sounds to me like you've got many folks that have been tied to Koch, you know, the Koch brothers. These folks are being funded by Koch, and, you know, these idiots are going to do whatever these people that donate to their campaign contribution accounts say. So I don't blame the president for calling out the Freedom Caucus, but I do have to make a recommendation to the president that if you're going to take another crack at health care, you have to eliminate the monopoly that the health insurance industry has over our lives. It is ridiculous. It is pathetic, and it's unwarranted. It's unconstitutional. There should be no reason why the federal government is mandating every United States citizen have health insurance. That is a federal protected monopoly, and that is not capitalism. That is not the free market. And that's the biggest criticism that many within the Freedom Caucus had against Ryan Care. Ryan Care was nothing more than a 66-page revision of the 4,000-page Affordable Care Act, a.k.a. Obamacare. Nothing more than a 66-page revision. And they didn't eliminate the fine. They only eliminated the fine being enforced by the IRS. They weaseled the fine in there to be asserted by a health insurance industry, a health insurer, if you happen to be out of insurance for 63-plus days. If you happen to be out of insurance for 63-plus days, if you go to an insurance company to try to get insured, that insurance company can assert the fine on you, and if you don't pay it, you don't get insurance. That's Ryan Care. And Ryan Care still gives the subsidies. Ryan Care still gives health care to immigrants. And this is this is not what people signed up for when they talked about repealing and repairing. I don't even want to repair. I want the elimination of Obamacare. I don't want a federal protected monopoly on our health. And that's what the health insurance is, folks. It is a federal protected monopoly, and that we should not even be considering. We shouldn't even be championing this crap. I mean, they have goofed the entire population of America in correlating health care with health insurance. That's just a complete psyop, man. Do you understand? Health care should have nothing to do with health insurance, especially on the patient side. The only people that should be paying health insurance is the practitioner, just in case there's some kind of malpractice situation. But no. The health insurance industry bought off our government and forced our government to force us to buy health insurance, and if we don't, we're punished for it. That, folks, that's a monopoly. That's mafia kind of crap. That's what the mafia does. That's a mafia kickback, if I've ever heard one in my life. And not to mention, it's over our health. So that's why I'm going to, once again, tell the president, from my view, if you're going to take another crack at health care, you have to relinquish the power that the health insurance industry has over our health. You need to bring back the interpersonal relationship between a patient and their doctor. And you see, we've lost that. We've lost that because, folks, there's no interpersonal relationship with your physician any longer, because now your physician listens to the health insurance company to get paid. It doesn't listen to the actual patient. And that's why, in my view, we are seeing so much overdiagnoses of cancers, of all kinds of ailments that require chemotherapy. I mean, take a look at the prices of chemotherapy and radiation. Take a look at the prices of cancer treatments, folks. These doctors are playing God with your health just so that they can get money from the health insurance industry. They have no vested interest in saving your health. That's why America is getting sicker. That's why we should not have any health insurance over our lives whatsoever. No health insurance over our lives. And until the Republicans can wrap their head around that, I am actually in favor of the Freedom Caucus being obstinate against this health care bill that Ryan Care is going to initiate. All right? I think that what we need to do is we need to repeal the goddamn bill, and that's all there is to it. All right? And I agree with Rand Paul on this one. Repeal the damn thing. That's all there is to it. And I've got people here saying, Ghost wants people to die in the street. No, I don't, you moron. I've talked about this many a time. You know, folks, 80% of cost of health care, 80% of it is paperwork. It's a bunch of bureaucratic paperwork. If we were to somehow eliminate that particular whole burden on the cost of health care, that could cut down costs. The money that we're giving in subsidies to a lot of these goddamn health insurance industries, or these health insurance companies, why exactly can't we do that on a charitable basis for charity-based hospitals, for charity-based health care? I mean, why is it the government's role to dictate what and who is going to get treated? I mean, isn't that health fascism? I mean, isn't that what we're kind of in at this point in time, health fascism? I mean, they talked about death panels, folks. They're not even trying to deny it. There's death panels, for Christ's sake, man. So as far as I'm concerned, folks, what we need to do is we need to hold these politicians' feet to the fire. And we need to tell them that we no longer want a federalized monopoly of health insurance companies having a monopoly over our health. Once they rectify that, then they can start talking about whatever the hell kind of reform they're going to implement. But I'm not going to sit here and continue to pretend. I'm not going to sit here and continue to pretend that, oh, well, this is the only other alternative is Ryan Care. No. Just repeal the damn bill, and then we'll talk about whatever the hell's going to happen. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of waste going on. There's a lot of waste, and in my personal opinion, I think that we should actually talk to physicians on how to rectify the healthcare industry. And the reason that we need to is because now we have this specter of monopolization of the health insurance industry that is the overlord of health, when the health and the power of health should belong to the practitioner and the physicians. And that's all there is to it. So, once again, I know the president is trying to flex nuts here, and I get it. I don't think that it was just this health care bill that the Freedom Caucus is asserting their power, if you will. I think that the president has had many talks with these people, and I'm sure that they're already promising a fight as it relates to tax reform. I'm sure a lot of these idiots on the Freedom Caucus try to claim that they're fiscal conservatives, and you know what really pisses me off is that where in the hell were these fiscal conservatives when Obama put more debt on the United States books than all presidents before him combined? Let me repeat that one mo again. Where were the fiscal conservatives when Barack Obama was amassing the amount of debt equivalent to all previous presidents before him combined? Where were you, fiscal conservatives? Oh, yeah, you were sitting there talking a big game. You're talking on the talking head boob tube, but you didn't do anything. And now that you find yourself in a position to once again show and pretend and virtue signal behind some guise of fiscal conservatism, now you find it politically convenient to do so when we really needed you to do that during the Obama administration, you two-bit slimy, supposed fiscal conservatives. I'm telling you this right now. This is why, in my view, we are going to see not what we expected as it pertains to Trump's tax cut because of the fiscal conservatives out here. I don't think that we're going to see 15% corporate income tax because of the fiscal conservatives out here. Where were you fiscal conservatives at during Obama's tenure, you freaking hypocrites? I'm not joking, folks. I don't think that we're going to have this infrastructure bill because of the fiscal conservatives. And many of these folks are on the Freedom Caucus. Many of them aren't. But either way, I think it's about time that these idiot virtue-signaling fiscal conservatives get off their virtue-signaling soapbox and start doing what's right for the country. That's why we have to stay political, folks. We cannot stop. We cannot stop. That's why I come up on here every day for 3 hours, even though I'm tired, for Christ's sake, man. I can't stop. We got to convey, and we've got to disseminate the truth because the lamestream media ain't going to do it, boy. Anyway, folks, once again, President of the United States calls out the Freedom Caucus with a 2018 election threat. And I think that part of it has to do with a little bit of the health care situation, but I think that he's talked to the Freedom Caucus, and I think that many of these so-called fiscal conservatives are going to fight him as it pertains to some of these agendas that he's trying to push forth. I think it's disgusting. Once again, where were you idiot Republicans when Obama amassed more debt than every president before Obama combined? Where were you, you scumbags? Freaking hypocrites, man. Anyway, let me continue going on. Let's move on to another subject. Did y'all hear Mike Pence? All right, Mike Pray the Gay Away Pence cast the tie-breaking Senate vote on funding for Planned Parenthood, folks. That's it. Yeah, and everybody on the lamestream media is calling Mike Pence some kind of an evil man because he cast the tie vote in the Senate on funding for Planned Parenthood. I mean, I don't want my tax dollars to enable whoredom. You understand? And I'm going to be honest. I mean, that's what Planned Parenthood does. It's enabling whoredom. It's enabling women to just hop around from penis to penis to penis, and if they happen to be infested with STDs, if they happen to be impregnated, they just go over there, and then there it is. Clean me out, one way or the other. Clean me out there, Planned Parenthood. I'm good now. I don't want my tax dollars being paid. I don't want them paying for this, all right? All right? I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of paying for women that are out here utilizing Planned Parenthood as a means to just kind of, get rid of the clap that they had when going to the club on a Friday or Saturday night, man. I'm tired of it. I'm sorry, man. I mean, if you want to go out and be a slut, that's fine. I have no problem with you being a slut bag, but you have to understand that there's certain recourses of that, and you should be able to pay for those recourses out of your own goddamn pocket. But, oh man, Mike Pray the Gay Away Pence over here, he strikes down funding for Planned Parenthood, and now he's anti-woman. Isn't that right? Everybody who doesn't want to fund Planned Parenthood all of a sudden is anti-woman. Shove it up your ass. All right? Ain't nobody that's anti-woman because we want to defund Planned Parenthood, for Christ's sake. And speaking of Planned Parenthood, look at those poor saps that are now in a California court hearing right now, that the guys who went undercover and showed that goddamn Planned Parenthood was taking aborted fetuses once they're sucked out of the womb and actually selling fetal tissue to God knows who, and selling it and purposely having certain kinds of abortions so that they can keep certain aspects of the fetal tissue intact. I can't believe that these guys in California that exposed Planned Parenthood for being a bunch of sick, twisted assholes selling body parts of fetuses, these guys now face 15 felony counts. 15 felony counts for exposing Planned Parenthood for being a bunch of sick, twisted maniacs. I mean, I'm not joking around. This is what our government is protecting. All right? Give me a break. But, no, Mike Pray the Gay Away Pence over here, he's a monster. I mean, do you see all the lamestream media write-ups on Mike Pence, for Christ's sake? He's a monster. He cast the deciding vote. What a hypocrite. And Mike Pence, boo. Shut up. Just shut your stupid face, all right? I don't want that. Look. You want an abortion? Go pay for it, all right? You want to clean out your cooter after having about every Tom, Dick, and Harry penetrate your body, and you may have a few STDs. You want to clean out your cooter? Well, why don't you pay for it out of your own pocket? Jesus Christ, man! I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, man, once again, Mike Pence, Vice President, and, of course, President of the Senate, cast Senate-breaking vote on funding for not only Planned Parenthood but abortion providers in general. And, I can't say I disagree. I mean, listen, I'm not a big stickler on abortion. All right, but I just don't want to fund it. I don't want to fund it. I don't want to fund women getting their cooters clean because they went out and hopped around from schlong head to schlong head to schlong head. I don't want my tax dollars being going to that. Anyway, let's continue going, folks. All right, we got a lot to talk about here today. All right. Once again, Mike Pray the Gay Away Pence cast the tie-breaking Senate procedural vote on funding for abortion providers. And speaking of controversial bills, folks, did you hear what happened in North Carolina? North Carolina, come on and raise up. Did you hear what happened in North Carolina, folks? North Carolina, what was it, sometime about last summer or last spring, late last spring? I forgot when they actually passed this bill. But the infamous bathroom bill that was passed in North Carolina that was very controversial, in which it prohibited what was deemed transgendered from going into the opposite sex bathroom. Now, there was a big hoopla over this, and I have always said that I think this was much to do about nothing, because if you were a true transgender and you actually had your transgendered game up, no one would clock you as a woman if you were a true transgender and you're going into the woman's bathroom. All right? No one's going to clock you because they're going to be like, that's a woman right there. No one's going to clock you, but you know what? You know who wants to go into the opposite sex bathrooms? I'll tell you who. It's these Fu Manchu, bearded, throwing a wig on cross-dresser who happens to feel like a woman for about, maybe about 12 hours so he could sneak into the damn bathroom and God knows what the hell they're going to do. All right? Or these transvestites, which is the same difference, but the only difference is that transvestites are obviously men. I mean, that's the difference. I mean, from what I understand, like transvestites are obviously ugly-looking men that are dressing up like ugly-looking women and want to be like, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't care. All right? What really pisses me off is that the people that were initiating lawsuits against this North Carolina bathroom bill weren't transgendered from male to female transgendered. No. Female to male transgenders were taking this bill to court, which I think is a bunch of crap. All right? I mean, come on. All right, you female to male transgendered. I mean, you mean to tell me that you, who supposedly likes being around women cooters, all right, that you're going to want to purposely take yourself out of the woman's bathroom when you're literally like 3 inches from cooter, all right? You're going to want to take yourself out of the woman's bathroom and then what? Kick it with the fellas in the damn men's bathroom? For what? For what, Chaz Bono? What do you plan on doing in there? I mean, seriously, all right? I mean, Nicola Sturgeon? Well, what? I mean, I'm just joking about Sturgeon, but, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, give me a break, man.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Like I said, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is a nothing burger issue, and the only people that are initiating this are folks that aren't really transgendered, in my opinion. It's the LGB people that are bringing this up. It's the lesbians and gays that are bringing this up, and I don't think that the transgenders, the true transgenders, even care. I mean, if you genuinely look like a woman, no one's going to clock you if you have to drop a loaf, all right, or if you got to take a whiz, all right? No one's going to be like, let me check and see if you got a sack under there. No one's going to do that. But if you're out here and you look like, Marvin Hagler with a wig on, I mean, I'm going to stop you before you go into the damn woman's bathroom and say, hey, whoa. The hell you doing there, boy? We know you. I see what's going on here, boy. You ain't going in here. I mean, give me a break. Anyway, the reason I bring up this whole bathroom bill is because North Carolina did a complete 180. They have repealed its controversial transgendered bathroom law. Yep, they repealed it. And you know something, folks? It had nothing to do with the fact that, it was hurting transgenders or the LGBTQ community or any kind of political pressure. No, you know what it came down to? Money. It came down to money. You had all kinds of groups, the NCAA, all kinds of concert promotions, all kinds of people threatening not to come to North Carolina. And basically, it would have lost North Carolina and has lost North Carolina money. So that's what it all comes down to, man. That's what it all comes down to, money. And you see, I know, with all due respect, that the conservatives that passed this bill were trying to virtue signal with this bill. I mean, let's be honest. They were trying to virtue signal with this bill, and, it goes both ways. The leftist can virtue signal, the right can virtue signal, and that's what all this was. So I have to say, I'm glad that this bill was repealed. I didn't think that it should have been initiated in the first place, because the reason that it was initiated was to cause this type of fervor, to put that governor in the goddamn spotlight. It's pure political theatrics. There was no reason to pass this law. There was no goddamn need to do such a thing. I mean, true male-to-female transgenders, they're not having this problem. And they're not having this problem. I mean, unless you look like a butt-ugly tranny, I mean, I'm sorry. You're going to have to hold it in and go somewhere else. I'm sorry. I mean, if it's obvious that you, for whatever reason, you feel like a woman, but you look like hell, I think that you need to realize that, maybe the transgender game passed you by. You understand? I'm just saying. But as I stated, I think that this bill was nothing more than a virtue signal by the right. I didn't think it did anything. It didn't do anything. It just ruffled a bunch of feathers. It initiated lawsuits, and that's all it did. And I think that we, as the capitalist right, we can't fall for these types of divisive type virtue signaling political theatrics. We can't fall for this stuff. Because in the end, I mean, this bathroom bill really doesn't affect a whole lot of people. And the people that it does affect, they either have to do one of two things. They either have to really look like a tranny, or they have to really look like a woman, or they have to really look like a man, or whatever the case might be. They have to really genuinely look like one, and then no one's going to clock you. But, hey, if you're a lazy tranny, all right, if you're a lazy tranny and you don't want to do whatever it takes to look like a woman, and yet you want to go out there and go into the woman's bathroom to pinch a loaf, well, you've got an effing problem as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry. You got an effing problem. You got an effing problem. I'm not joking around. Anyway, folks, once again, North Carolina repeals its controversial transgender bill law. And as I stated, it shouldn't have even been initiated to begin with. And the only reason they're repealing it now is because of the money they're losing. Anyway, let's continue going, folks. Federal judge in Hawaii, a.k.a. Obama's blow buddy, and when I mean blow, according to Hannity, Obama and this judge that has put a ban on Trump 2.0 travel ban, according to Hannity, this judge and Barack Obama used to snort blow together back in the old days in old Hawaii. So that's very interesting. As a matter of fact, I mean, it's notorious. There's been a couple of people that have come into the public eye that have suggested that Barack Obama was notorious for doing cocaine in the Hawaii area and was notorious as a homosexual. There was one classmate that I heard was interviewed that Barack Obama was notorious for being a homosexual that would, give up his, power bottom derriere to older gentlemen in exchange for, money and drugs. But, of course, that's hearsay, right? Either way, folks, all right, this federal judge in Hawaii extends the ruling halting the travel ban indefinitely for Donald Trump's travel ban that he initiated. Now, folks, I think this is utterly ridiculous that the court system can legislate from the bench. Because in my view, folks, the president has the authority to do whatever he wants to do as it pertains to protecting the American people. And the travel ban is basically to protect the country. It has no hate behind it. There's no malice intent behind it. It's just because we're trying to protect America. We're trying to make America great again. But no, they spin this narrative. They spin this narrative into making it believe that if you want to protect the border and you want to protect this country from terrorists, that you are some kind of a racist. And that is not the case whatsoever. Now, as I stated, folks, this travel ban was only supposed to be temporary. It was only supposed to be for 90 days. And it was only like 6 or 7 countries, okay? It was 7 countries initially. They took off Iraq off of that travel ban and then reinitiated it. And, of course, some goddamn judge that's, I guess Coke buddies with Barack Obama decided that he's going to strike it down. And today he has extended his ruling and halting the travel ban indefinitely. So here we go. We've got damn leftist judges legislating from the bench, making our country even more unsafe, folks. And, I just cannot grasp my head around this. I mean, all you folks that are trying to virtue signal on this issue, you people understand that you are making our country unsafe. You understand that you people that are wanting these immigrants and these refugees from these battle-hardened areas, from these Islamic extremist areas, you folks are promoting the enemy to come within our borders. And you see, whenever the enemy strikes, what do? You do much like what they're doing in Europe. You cry for Big Brother government to give you more protection. You cry to Big Brother government to give you more totalitarianism. And that is not what we want on the capitalist right. We are individuals, and we want to make our own individual decisions, and we refuse to relinquish our individuality to the state. And you see, you dumb leftist, you don't understand that that's the basis of socialism. That's the basis of communism, you morons. You don't have individuality. You idiots that are out here protesting, you idiots that are acting a fool in Antifa, promoting violence, you wouldn't be able to get to do that in a socialist or communist society. You wouldn't be able to have the choice to speak up against your government in a communist or socialist society. And that's how dumb you stupid people are in this country that promote communism, that promote socialism. That's how ignorant you people are. You don't understand that in a communist or socialist government, you have no choice. You have no rights. You have no right to go out and protest. You have no right to speak against the government because under communism and socialism, you relinquish your individuality. You give up your individuality and you give it to the state so that the state makes the decision on what you do for a living. The state makes the decision how much money you make for a living. The state makes the decision where you live. The state makes the decision for everything in your life. That is the premise of communism. That is the premise of socialism. And that's why, folks, the 3 adherents of the capitalist right, the 3 adherents is capitalism, liberty, and nationalism. And, of course, folks, we embrace difference. We embrace difference because the foundation of difference is individuality. You have to be an individual to partake yourself in capitalism, to be successful in capitalism. You have to make the right decisions to be successful in capitalism, and you have to have the liberty to do so. That's why I'm saying, folks. That's why I'm saying we need to wake up, and we need to understand that this specter of communism and socialism, and I wouldn't even call it a specter, it's an infiltration. These bureaucrats who continuously make policy against our will, they're doing so with the intention of making themselves stronger. The bureaucrats right now, they want more laws. They want more regulations because that gives them more power over your lives. That's why we have to continue to be political. That's why we have to continue to hold these damn politicians' feet to the fire, folks. That's why we have to be smart, man. Anyway, once again, folks, this Hawaii federal judge, which happens to be chums with Obama, extends his ruling halting the travel ban indefinitely. And as I stated, folks, you people are wanting the terrorists to come into our country, and I just don't understand it. You people are sick. You people are sick, and if anything happens relating to any of these refugees or any of these people that are coming from these dangerous portions of the world, you've got blood on your hands. But you know something? I don't think you leftists care. I think you leftists want to see blood. I think you leftists want to see civil unrest. I think you leftists want to see pain and despair and carnage. You're sick. You're evil. All of you leftist pieces of crap. Let me tell you something. If it were up to me, if you're a devout leftist, you deserve a helicopter ride, baby. Pinochet style. Pinochet style. Son of a bitch. You can run, you can hide. You'll get a helicopter ride, you leftist piece of trash. Anyway, let me continue going here. Once again, folks, federal judge in Hawaii, Obama's Coke buddy, extends the ruling halting the travel ban indefinitely. I'm talking about Trump's travel ban. And get this, all right? We talked about yesterday, or I think it was the day before yesterday, Attorney General Jeff Sessions is going to crack the whip on these sanctuary cities, threatening to cut federal funding, which I believe is a great thing to do. Well, guess what? Seattle, this half-ass communist city, Seattle is now suing Trump over the sanctuary city threat. I mean, do you people understand that these cities, these officials, they are taking these illegal immigrants and giving them a status that supersedes your American citizenry? Do you people understand that? Do you people understand that people that came into this country illegally, that broke the law, are now being put above American citizens? That's what all this represents. Do you people understand me? I mean, seriously. Do you understand me? I mean, I want to keep repeating this over and over and over again because I don't think there's people that are listening that truly understand what I'm saying here. Seattle, okay? The city of Seattle plans on suing the Trump administration over their sanctuary city threat. We talked about it a couple of days ago that the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, threatens to cut federal funding from sanctuary cities. And, of course, sanctuary cities, folks, are cities that are allowing safe passage and safe roaming of illegal immigrants. So, folks, I am telling you this one more again. Seattle, Hawaii, and everybody else making rulings in favor of illegal immigrants and refugees, they now have said that those people's statuses, illegal immigrants and refugees, supersede the worth, supersede the value of American citizens. That's what it means. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's exactly what it means. And I'm telling you, this is a spit in the face to every American soldier that's serving to protect this country right now. You know that? Every American soldier that's out there protecting our country, that is a spit in their face. That now they've got people who come into this country illegally, their status in society supersedes America, supersedes American citizenry. Well, I hope that you folks are proud of yourselves. I'll tell you that right damn now. I hope you all are proud of yourselves, you virtue-signaling pieces of trash. If you want my personal opinion, folks, if I were president, I would just go and arrest the city council of any city that wants to defy the federal orders of not allowing safe sanctuary of illegal citizenry. I would just go in and just arrest them because they are committing a crime against American citizens, and the government was sworn to protect us. And they're not protecting us by putting illegal immigrants who came here illegally on a higher pedestal, on a higher citizenry status than actual American citizens. So, you can try to rationalize this, you can try to think about this, but this is liberal lunacy at its finest, folks. Liberal lunacy at its finest. And that's why I'm saying leftism, liberalism, this extreme progressive left, communism, socialism, it's a disease, and it should be systematically removed like some goddamn freaking roach or rodent. I'm not kidding around. There's no rationalizing with these people. A lot of these people are groupthink mentality. So, to be honest with you, many of them would not have a life, would not have any self-worth, would not have any significance to life itself if they did not belong to this groupthink mentality of social justice warriorism, of leftism, of communism, of socialism. That's the basis of the glue that keeps these people together, that they're life losers. And they blame everybody else for their own bad decision-making. You get it? There's a common theme with people who are actual leftists and communists and socialists. These people are life losers who are blaming everybody else for their own bad decisions. And what are they advocating as a result? They're advocating everybody else relinquish their individuality, relinquish their own individualism, and give it to the state so everybody can be just as miserable as they are. Because that's really what socialism and communism is, folks. It's not giving everybody everything and being equal and having a goddamn utopia. It's about spreading the misery to the masses. That's what it's all about. It's about spreading misery to the masses. Unbelievable. Anyway, folks, look, this right off the hot wire here, and this doesn't look good at all. Breaking, Michael T. Flynn, General Michael T. Flynn has offered to be interviewed in the probe of Trump team's Russia ties in exchange for immunity? What the hell is this crap? Go ahead. Let me go ahead and retweet that. Let me go ahead. This is right off the Wall Street Journal, folks. All right, breaking news here. Let me go ahead and give you a synopsis of what the hell it says here. It says, Michael Flynn offers to testify in exchange for immunity. Former National Security Advisor tells FBI, the House Intelligence, and Senate Intelligence Committees he's willing to be interviewed in exchange for a deal. Why in the hell does he want a deal? Mike Flynn, President Donald Trump's former National Security Advisor, has told the Federal Bureau of Investigation and congressional officials investigating the Trump campaign's potential ties to Russia that he's willing to be interviewed in exchange for a grant of immunity from prosecution, according to officials with knowledge of the matter. There it is. According to officials with knowledge of the matter. Okay. All right. Yeah, here we go. Look, I'll believe it when I see it, all right? But let's continue going, all right? As an advisor to Mr. Trump's presidential campaign and later one of Mr. Trump's top aides in the White House, Mr. Flynn was privy to some of the most sensitive foreign policy deliberations of the new administration and was directly involved in discussions about the possible lifting of sanctions on Russia imposed by Obama's administration. He has made the offer to the FBI and the House and Senate Intelligence Committee through his lawyer, but has so far found no takers, the official said. So, man, they're playing hardball. This is, of course, according to officials, whatever the hell that means. Mr. Flynn's attorney, Robert Kellner, declined to comment. It wasn't clear if Mr. Flynn had offered to talk about specific aspects of his time working for Mr. Trump, but the fact that he was seeking immunity suggests that Mr. Flynn feels he may be in legal jeopardy following his brief stint as the National Security Advisor. Mr. Flynn was forced to resign after acknowledging that he misled White House officials about the nature of his phone conversation with the Russian ambassador to the U.S. during the presidential transition. Mr. Flynn's communication with the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kalisiak, whatever the hell his stupid Ruski name is, have been scrutinized by the FBI, which is examining whether Trump's campaign personally colluded with the Russian officials who are alleging to have interfered with presidential election, according to the current and former U.S. officials. Russia has denied the allegations. As a matter of fact, I think Putin said, read my lips. No, they didn't interfere with the United States elections. So once again, folks, I think this may be clickbait as far as I'm concerned. No one's even talking about it. No, and if he was trying to seek immunity here, they would have given it to him. Do you think that this guy wouldn't know where the bodies are buried? And this report out of the Wall Street Journal is claiming that there's no takers for this? You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. So I wouldn't, I'd take this with a grain of salt, folks. You know what I mean? Take this with a grain of salt. I mean, you're talking about fake news here. An official close to the matter. Get the hell out of here. All right? An official close to the matter. Stupid, man. Unbelievably stupid. Anyway, I was talking a little bit once again about how Seattle plans on suing the administration over the sanctuary city threat, which I think is ridiculous. But let me go ahead and move on to another subject, folks, because we got a lot to talk about here, baby. There's a lot in the news here, baby, a lot of news. Check this out. Donald Trump is going to host the Chinese president at his golf club, Mar-a-Lago, in Florida on April 6th. So that should be a very, very interesting meeting, to say the least, because this is going to tell whether or not if Trump can actually have and still has the magic of the art of the deal. Because in my view, I think that Trump needs to do many things at this sit-down with China. Now, China, it's going to come up as if it's flexing nuts, as if it's some big badass or whatever the case might be. But in the end, we have the cards on our favor, because if we decide that we're not going to do any kind of trade deal with these stupid sons of bitches, or not even do that, we don't even have to be that drastic. We can just incrementally say that, well, last year we gave you $550 billion in trade. This year we're going to roll that back $100 billion. We're going to roll that back $100 billion. You know how much shock that would give the Chinese government, folks? Because much like the Venezuelan government, which is, we're going to talk about them here in a minute, China centrally plans everything. I mean, they're a communist country. They plan everything. I mean, take a look at all the bureaus and bureaucracies they have in China. Now, because they're a central planning communist government, they plan ahead of time based upon projections that they're used to getting. For instance, they're used to receiving $550 billion from America, from us, purchasing their cheap-ass Chinese goods. So if we were to roll back the trade $100 billion, I mean, that would send shock waves throughout the economy of China. That would send shock waves, all right? So that's why I'm trying to tell everybody that, or not even trying to tell everybody, I'm trying to tell anybody who knows Trump or is listening to Trump, Donnie Jr., if you're listening, please advise your father that regardless of what this Chinese chopstick-eating bastard tries to tell you, we have the cards, and that house of cards can come tumbling down just on a simple rollback. And, you know, it's not like you're insulting the Chinese leader if you say, hey, we're going to roll it back a little bit, we're trying to make America great again, so on and so forth. Because then if the Chinese leader says, you know what, F you, I'm going, well, then we could just pull their whole goddamn contract from them. Just imagine if we sent them no money. I mean, the whole goddamn government would cripple. That's why they're talking all this war nonsense. Because they know that the only thing keeping their country together is the fact that the United States sends so much money over there. If we stop sending that money, folks, China's going to be in a very precarious situation, and they ain't going to know how to feed themselves. So this is going to be a very interesting meeting, to say the least. I genuinely hope that not only does the president pressure the president of China with the trade deals that we currently have, but hopefully China can understand that they're not the only manufacturing hub in the world today. And I don't think China understands that. China believes that they're the only ones in the world that can do what they can do. And I think that, I think that this administration is going to teach them otherwise. At least I hope so. At least I genuinely and sincerely hope so. Let's take a look at what happens in this diplomacy. April 6th, Chinese president meeting with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, Florida. He's apparently going to stay there for the night, so hopefully get some decent dialogue going. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third hour and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter, folks, and Gab. Gab is the Twitter alternative. Follow me on both of those social media at the following name, Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Now, once again, folks, we were talking about how the Chinese president is going to meet with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, Florida, on April 6th, going to stay till the April 7th. We did talk about hopefully the president could pressure the Chinese president based on trade, as I stated. Even if we were to roll back $100 billion off the $500 billion we send them annually, we send them $500 billion annually to China buying cheap Chinese goods. Their wall will come tumbling down real quick, baby. All right, real quick. Now, we have, of course, unfortunately talked against the Chinese government, and because Blog Talk Radio is broadcasted within the borders of the communist China, we are forced to give a rebuttal by a representative of the communist government of China, because, hey, we're broadcasted within their borders. We got to do it. They're communists, whatever the case might be, for Christ's sake. Do we got this guy on, engineer? All right. Well, without any further ado, Jesus Christ with this guy, for Christ's sake. And not to mention, he sold a lot of autographs, too. You know what I mean? Anyway, without any further ado, you got him on, engineer? All right, without any further ado, Mr. Fortune Cookie, are you there, sir? Oh.
You see, you motherfucker talking all kinds of garbage about the communist government of China. You don't know nothing, Ghost. Donald Trump's not going to do nothing when the president goes down there to Mar-a-Lago. You're not going to do nothing, motherfucker. You're going to continue to buy a Chinese product. You're going to continue to buy a Chinese computer. You're going to continue to buy a Chinese cell phone, motherfucker. And there's nothing you American stupid motherfucker can do about it. No. There's nothing you can do about it, motherfucker. So I warn all you Americans. You're going to sit there and talk garbage about the communist government of China. And I'm talking to all you people on the capitalist white. All you people on the capitalist white. We're going to put all your motherfucker on a yeast. We're going to put you on a yeast, and we're going to make sure that all your motherfucker are into a re-education camp. We're going to put all the capitalist white into a re-education camp. That's right. So, all you stupid American motherfucker talking garbage that Donald Trump is going to do something with the president of China, you stick a chopstick right up your asshole, motherfucker. You people on the capitalist white, you better stick a Ginsu knife right up your asshole, motherfucker. And you want to know something? You want to know why we do what we do? You want to know why we do what we do? We do it for Chairman Mao. We do it for Chairman Mao. Chairman Mao. Oh no. Oh no, my stomach hurt. Oh no. Oh no. Nothing else to say. I am Mr. Fortune Cookie. Thank you very much. All right, get this. Get him out of here, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, my apologies. We have to bring this guy in here every time we talk about the communist government of China because we are broadcasted within the borders of China. So anyway, folks, once again, I hope the president, when he does host the Chinese president on May 6th in Mar-a-Lago, I hope that he confronts them. And I hope that he tells the Chinese president that he's not the only manufacturing game in town, baby. He's not the only manufacturing game in town, and he better stop flexing his goddamn nuts, or, we're going to make him have a bad egg roll. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're going to make that damn communist government of China have a bad egg roll. Now, with that, let's go ahead and go into the next subject matter because it ties in. Guess who wants to have some kind of a new relationship now that the machismo has kind of worn down from these burrito-eating bastards? Huh? Oh, who is calling for a new relationship? None other than Mexico's President Nieto. Mexico's President Nieto is out here now. He wants a new relationship with the United States. Now he wants a new relationship. Remember, he was all, we're not going to build that wall, senor. I mean, all that crap. Now he wants a new relationship with the United States. What did I tell you? That these idiots were going to come back around. Once that rubber tortilla was too hard to chew, I told you these sons of bitches were going to come back and start bowing down, boy. I told you. President Nieto. trying to sit over there trying to pretend that your huevos are bigger than they are, huh, boy? Well, they ain't. All right? Take the damn rubber tortilla out of your mouth and listen, Nieto, and listen good. You have an opportunity, President Nieto, to be able to undercut the Chinese production of the world at this point in time, you stupid, idiot, dumb, freaking burrito-eating bastard. All right? You have the opportunity because we, the United States, consumes the majority of the goods that come out of China. And you right now, Nieto, you are currently going through a manufacturing boom in your country. You're starting to build plants. You're starting to bring in investment from other countries to manufacture goods out of your country. Right now, the current trading, the current amount of trade that we send to Mexico is, I believe, somewhere around $60 billion a year that we send to Mexico. $60 billion a year. I mean, Nieto, wouldn't you want some of that $550 billion that we send to China so that now Mexico can be the new bustling, up-and-coming economy? Wouldn't you want a piece of that? And the reason I believe that this is more than possible is because I know that there are going to be many who say that, well, because, China, it's got slave labor, I mean, how can the people in Mexico, how can they compete with slave labor? Well, folks, whatever the increased costs are in labor, they are going to be offset by the tremendous shipping costs that it takes to get the goods from China to the United States mainland. The shipping cost will be dramatically lower, which in turn can relay onto the consumer in price, and not to mention undercut China in the manufacturing war. So that's why I hope now that President Nieto of Mexico has finished chewing on the rubber tortilla, he now wants a, quote, new relationship with the United States, and I hope that he's come to his damn senses and realizes that he could put Mexico on a frontier path into manufacturing bliss. And what I mean by that, take a look at Mexico. Take a look at Mexico, for Christ's sake.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Let me explain something here. I know that economics can, go over a lot of people's heads, but I think that Nieto could make himself a great president if he was able to negotiate a proper deal that not only brought back more money in trade and more manufacturing base in Mexico, but to compete with China. I think that if Mexico could compete with China on the manufacturing front, they could be the new epicenter of wealth. But it takes leadership. And it takes leadership to do it. And I don't think that Mexico has it. Now, another reason why you've got Nieto calling for a new relationship with America is because a lot of 11 million immigrants that Mexico dumped on the United States, they're now going back to Mexico. And you see, they're not used to seeing that anymore out there in Mexico. Like I said, it's a two-tier system in Mexico. You're either filthy rich or you're dirt poor. There ain't no in-between over there. And now that you got all these immigrants going back to Mexico, you got the Mexican government not really too happy about it. And they're not going to know how to feed these people. They're not going to know how to take care of these people. So once again, there is a lot of pressure now on the Mexican government, just like I said there was going to be. I said this was going to happen. I said, look, Nieto, I know that you're sitting here thinking you're big badass machismo, but you're ruining an opportunity. You're ruining an opportunity to be able to compete with China and to increase the wealth of your country. But we shall see what happens. Like I said earlier, Trump is going to host the Chinese president in Florida, April 6th. At the same time, you've got Mexican President Peña Nieto now wanting to seek a new relationship with the United States. And I think that he's under pressure. He has to. I mean, all this wall nonsense, you got to get over it, all right? You idiots got to get over it. You morons in Mexico got a wall with your border with Guatemala. So for you to sit over here and try to thumb your nose at us because we're trying to protect our border, you people are a bunch of unadulterated goddamn hypocrites. All right? You're hypocrites. So shove all this wall rhetoric right up your goddamn burrito-eating poop chute and start coming to the negotiating table with America with real, actual negotiation and not a bunch of rhetorical nonsense. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let's continue going, folks. All right, we're running a little bit out of time, but it's all good. We're making good time here, baby. We're making good time. Folks, Brexit happened yesterday. Of course, we talked about yesterday being Brexit Day. Today, the UK publishes the Great Repeal Bill, in which it's going to restructure Britannia's laws to officially replace EU's laws, the European Union. I mean, that's just great. Isn't this great, folks? I'm sure everybody that's listening to me in Britannia, there's a certain element of pride going on. I mean, don't get me wrong. You go to London stand, there's a lot of cuckold connoisseurs just walking around out there. But for Brexit to finally come to fruition and finally turning into a reality, it's just got to have a certain level of pride that goes along with the folks in Britannia, man. I mean, now you're your own country once again. It's Britannia, not the European Union, for heaven's sake. It's Britannia. And I'm telling you, there's a bunch of cuckold connoisseurs that are pro-EU. I can tell you that. I mean, and look, I know I keep bringing up the whole Nicola Sturgeon thing, but I mean, don't you think? Listen, call me a sexist. I don't care. Whatever. But don't you think that if two men, or at least if one man was in that equation right there between Theresa May and Nicola Sturgeon, if one man was in that equation, that Nicola Sturgeon wouldn't be doing this bitch stuff and going and be like, go for a referendum in Scotland, independent Scotland referendum, shut up! I mean, is it me? I mean, I personally believe that it's a woman thing that Sturgeon is initiating a referendum for Scotland. And now, for you folks that are aware, this referendum is trying to, once again, vote on whether or not Scotland is going to be its own independent country because they're unhappy with Brexit for whatever goddamn reason. Now, I get it. They're taking the rhetoric that the EU is initiating that, there's going to be economic hell to pay. Oh, there's going to be economic this and that. I mean, it's just, I get it. But I think that Sturgeon is stoking the fears of the people of Scotland so that she can virtue signal with this whole nationalist referendum that has already been played and done. Scotland, you've already done this, what was it, about 4 or 5 years ago or something, and it didn't happen. You stayed in the UK. Now, all of a sudden, because there's some political clout to be made, and because it's another woman, Sturgeon doesn't want to be let down, doesn't want to be showed up by Theresa May, so now she's got to put her little face in the media. She's got to put her 2 cents to get political clout, her virtue signal to Scotland, and I think it's ridiculous. And what the hell is Sturgeon, for Christ's sake? I mean, good God, man.
Anyway, folks, once again, the UK publishes the Great Repeal Bill that is going to replace EU laws. I mean, you can't get any more official than that. Am I right, or am I right, or am I right? You can't get any more official than that. Congratulations to Britannia. Congratulations. I'm telling you, I could only imagine what it feels like to be somebody in Britannia right now. I could only imagine the true patriotism, the nationalism, the feeling that they're having that they are Britannia again. And they're not subjugated by some goddamn ridiculous, non-elected global entity like the European Union. I mean, once again, folks, these idiots were not elected. These idiots were not elected, and yet they feel as if they are accorded the world, these freaking bureaucrats at the EU. They feel that they are accorded the damn world. Now, for you folks that are unfamiliar, let's go ahead and transition to the next subject matter. Did you hear the EU president, Jean-Claude Juncker, or I should call him Junker, did you hear what this son of a bitch said? This asshole from the EU threatens revenge on Trump because of the Brexit situation. I mean, that's how cucked the EU is right now. That's how much butthurt is floating around Brussels right now. You've got the EU president, Jean-Claude Juncker, threatening Trump. And what is he doing? He's threatening to break up the United States. Can you believe that? I'm not joking. This asshole from the EU threatened Trump that he will help break up the United States over Brexit. And I don't understand why Jean-Claude Juncker blames Donald Trump for Brexit. I remember Donald Trump once tweeting right before Brexit that he'll be known as Mr. Brexit. Remember that? I'll be known as Mr. Brexit like I'm known as Mr. Black People. I guess, the European Union President Juncker, I think that he's venting his frustration at Trump for whatever reason, and he thinks that Trump is the instigator over the breakup of the European Union. And it's not Trump, you moron. It's you. You want to see why Britannia left the EU there, Juncker? Look in the mirror, you stupid drunk bastard. It's because of you. Anyway, folks, in this threat that Juncker threw at the president, in this threat, not only does he threaten to break up America, this asshole had the audacity to sit here and say that he'll help Texas secede from the Union. He'll help Texas? Who the hell are you, Juncker? You European pompous-ass socialist prick? Who the hell are you? Who the hell says that a Texas man needs anything from some Euro trash like you, Juncker? What makes you think that Texas would take anything from some European socialist shithead like you? What makes you think that you could say such a thing? You soulless, bureaucratic bastard! Damn it! How dare you, Juncker? How dare you? You're threatening my president. You're threatening my country. Screw you, Juncker. You and the rest of your bureaucratic European Union are not elected. You people are totalitarian treasonists. You committed treason on all the nation states that belong to the European Union. That's why Britannia left. Britannia left because you are unelected scum. You're Euro trash. Son of a bitch. Screw you, Juncker. Texas don't need no Euro trash like you, especially socialist Euro trash like you, Juncker. Don't goddamn Euro trash. Don't say Texas out of of your Euro cuck mouth again there, Junker. Do you understand that, boy? And that's coming from a real Texan. Don't you dare say Texas out of your goddamn mouth. Son of a bitch. I spit on freaking Jean-Claude Juncker. I spit on the EU. Puh! Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Yeah, like Texas wants to join the EU, for Christ's sake. Yeah, that's great. And I also heard that he talked about Ohio in the same breath, too. Why, oh, did I ever leave Ohio? I mean, can you believe this bastard, for Christ's sake? This asshole, for making a threat to the United States like that, he should be taken out, in my view. I'm sorry. I'm not joking around. If I was president, you know what I would do? I would send a drone with my cell phone and just eliminate that stupid idiot. Remove Euro trash. I'm not even joking. How dare you, Junker, you unelected globalist bureaucrat. How dare you sit here and make a threat to our sovereign nation? How dare you try to speak for Texas? How dare you try to speak for Ohio? You don't speak for none of us, you stupid Euro piece of trash. I can't believe this, man. How dare you know? You see what I'm saying about these globalists? Do you see the hubris? Do you see the arrogance, for Christ's sake? How dare this Euro trash sit here and try to threaten our country? He should be taken out. I'm not joking around. That is a direct threat. Remember, the European Union is trying to get its own army, and it's currently doing that as we speak. And now, did you hear, I think I reported on this a few weeks ago, the EU wants its own nuclear weapons. Yeah. The European Union wants its own nuclear weapons. Oh, that's going to be great, isn't it? I mean, you got a maniac like Jean-Claude Juncker threatening the United States of America, and what, you want this asshole to have nuclear weapons too? Oh, God, man. I'm telling you, I was so pissed off when I heard that Juncker was talking trash to my president and claiming that he would help Texit. And listen, the only reason that us here in Texas were talking about seceding from the Union was because we knew that if Hillary Rotten Clinton was elected president, that Texas was doomed, and we might as well stand fighting than serving on our knees. That's how we think about it out here in Texas, boy. I mean, and this is why I keep telling you, folks, communism is globalism. Globalism is communism. Only a communist dictator would say such a thing like Jean-Claude Juncker said and threatening America. Only some tyrant that thinks that he's the dictatorship of the proletariat would say such a ridiculous thing. And that's why I cannot believe that this idiot can walk the face of the planet and threaten the United States like that. Let me tell you something. We shouldn't accept that. I'm tired of people thumbing their nose at the United States. You know, I'm tired of people thinking that, you know, we're just a bunch of chumps and that they could sit here and threaten us with war, threaten us with whatever. I'm tired of it. I'm telling you, Jean-Claude Juncker should be removed, all right? In more ways than one, and as far as I'm concerned. How dare you say Texas out of your stupid Euro trash mouth? You don't even know the first thing about Texas, you piece of trash. You don't know the first thing about what it takes to be a Texan, you Euro cuck piece of garbage, you four-eyed drunkard piece of crap. How dare you use Texas in threatening the United States of America? Do you understand that, you pickled prick? Turkey tit, phallic fluffing, belch breathing, used urinal cake curator, pedophile, priest probing, chicken skin sack sucking, anal secretion loving, socialist slong head sucking, piggish power bottom dog farting fish, cuckold connoisseur having, animal bed cleaning, sphincter fingering, trans testicle turd burglar, piece of goddamn Eurocuck trash. God! You goddamn Euro cuck piece of trash. Remove Euro trash. Remove globalist Euro trash. Give me the mic. Give me the damn mic. And look, folks, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. This guy's getting me pissed off, and I don't want to say something too stupid. That's all I'm saying. All right, I don't want to say nothing too goddamn stupid. But I can't believe that this globalist, this European Union president asshole, this unelected piece of trash, is threatening America because of Brexit. I mean, what kind of butthurt does this asshole have to be? Now, I hope Le Pen can pull off this goddamn upset in France. I don't even give a crap what kind of leader she is. This would trigger the EU so hard that I don't even know what they'd be capable of, to be honest with you. I mean, could you imagine the response of the European Union? I mean, they're already calling for their own army. They're already calling for nuclear weapons. I mean, does this sound like rational thought? I can't believe this. I'm sorry. I'm still in shock that Juncker thinks that he has the balls to do such a thing. Anyway, let me move on, folks, all right? Last but not least, Venezuela. Let's talk a little bit about Venezuela. Folks, the Venezuelan Supreme Court, all right, has literally taken away the power from the legislature. And, folks, the legislature was the last branch of government that had any level of opposition to Nicolas Maduro and the communist government of Nicolas Maduro. And because, just like they try to do here in America, legislate from the bench, because Nicolas Maduro threw in all his lackeys and all these judgeships, when it went through this ridiculous, fictitious, judicial, theatrical show and finally ended up at the Venezuelan Supreme Court, the Venezuelan Supreme Court has removed power from the legislature, now giving full authority to Nicolas Maduro. Now, it's claiming that the authority that would be traditionally accorded to the legislature will now be either accorded to the Supreme Court or a governing body appointed by the Supreme Court. Isn't communism isn't it so great? Isn't communism so great, for Christ's sake? I mean, give me a break. Folks, if you are not aware of what's going on in Venezuela, folks, I mean, I hate to keep repeating this, but it bears repeating because you're not going to hear this from the mainstream media. You're not going to hear about the food fascism being implemented by this communist government. And what do I mean by that? Well, folks, once again, what was I telling you before in this broadcast? That communism, the basis of communism is that everybody in that nation state that believes in communism, in a communist nation state, you relinquish your individual choices. You relinquish your individual decisions, and you give your decisions, and you give your individuality to the state. And that's exactly what happened in Venezuela. You see, in Venezuela, they were actually a very rich communist country about 5 or 6 years ago, folks. And why were they a rich communist country? Because they have good natural resources. And what's their main money-making natural resource in Venezuela? Oil. Oil. Venezuela has got the third largest oil deposit in the world. So why exactly are they starving, you ask? Well, folks, what have I told you? Communism centrally plans everything. That's what communism and socialism is. It's a central planning economic theory. So what did the communist government do? Well, during the time when barrels of oil were at $110 a barrel, y'all remember that? Y'all remember when barrels of oil were at $110? Well, the communist government of Venezuela centrally planned several years in advance anticipating that barrels of oil will continue to be $110 a barrel. And folks, last year it was at $29 a barrel. Do you remember that? It's barely coming back up from that point. It's barely coming back up from $29 a barrel. Now, folks, when you've got a central communist government in Venezuela that has planned ahead of time for its government, for its people, planned financially with the anticipation of continuously receiving $100 a barrel of oil, and all of a sudden the barrel of oil is $29 a barrel, you're going to have a serious problem, and that's exactly what you're seeing in Venezuela. What you're seeing in Venezuela is proof that central planning is incompetent. It's proof that central planning and communism and socialism is corrupt. It's meaningless. It's ineffective. It's incompetent. Venezuela is a perfect example of what communism and socialism is. And why are they starving? Because, folks, they've only centrally planned. They pre-buy. That's what the whole concept of communism and socialism is central planning of government resources. And because barrels of oil are no longer $100 a barrel, that's why Venezuela is in a very precarious situation. That's why it doesn't have the food that it needs to feed its country. That's why it doesn't have the medical supply it needs to heal its country. That's why it doesn't have the sufficient amount of electricity that it needs to fuel the country. Do you understand? This was complete incompetence at the highest levels of the communist government of Venezuela, and I'm talking about the communist government of Venezuela, refuse to acknowledge their incompetence. They refuse to acknowledge that it was their central planning that caused Venezuela to go in the current situation that it's in, and the current situation that it's in is food fascism. Folks, right now, people are now eating flamingos. They're eating foreign animals. They're eating trash. I'm not even joking around, folks. I mean, there was a picture of an emaciated elephant in Venezuela, which shows that not even the animals are being fed. No one is being fed, folks, because the communist government, in their brilliant scheme of central planning, just did not have enough food for everybody. But you see, if you take a look at the president of Venezuela right now, Nicolas Maduro, this guy's fat in the ass. I talked about it a few days ago, how he was on TV completely negating people's questions. He had one woman who asked him, I'm hungry, I need food, I'm hungry, and instead he deviated the conversation of laughing about her Americanized name. I mean, these people are completely oblivious. That's why I'm telling you, folks, communism and socialism is dangerous because people are stupid. There is not one group of people that I would trust to allocate resources and centrally plan anything. Because, folks, everybody, especially in a bureaucratic system of bureaucracy, everybody is incompetent as far as I'm concerned. So as I'm stating, folks, okay, that is the reason why people are starving in Venezuela. They're starving in Venezuela because of communism or socialism, however you want to look at it. I know you idiot, dumb leftists want to claim that there's a difference. There is no difference. It's the same concept of central planning of economics. They're both economic theories, you morons, as much as you idiots on the left in communism and socialism try to claim that capitalism is so bad, it's evil, and capitalism is so evil. Nah. Hey, idiots, communism is an economic theory. It's pure economics. That's the basis of communism, you moron, is the central planning of economics. Hence why, you know who was pro-central bank? Karl Marx. Read Das Kapital. Central bank, central planning. You understand? So that's why I'm saying, folks, anybody who tries to holler this nonsense about, oh, communism and socialism is so great and I love it, and why don't you tell them about Venezuela? And, folks, even in communist countries, you have to show to Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack of that country that there's still some kind of a theatrical system of law and order. And that's what this Supreme Court ruling here in Venezuela was trying to persuade the people. They're trying to sway the people that the legislature has become corrupt and can't be trusted, and now they've taken power away from the legislature and have given it all to Maduro. Well, I take that back. If you read their decree, they claim that they, the Supreme Court, can now act as the legislature, or they can appoint whoever the governing body is that can act as the legislature. And, of course, folks, the Supreme Court and everybody in the court system, all a bunch of lackeys of Maduro. This is what all this communist crap is all about. And it's eerily similar to what Obama has done to the current administration and Donald Trump. Look at all these judges that are now legislating from the bench. You see, this is the same crap, different plate. Look at what happened to Venezuela. Their Supreme Court took away power from the legislature. You don't think that could have happened here in America? Given the fact that if we would have had a Hillary Rotten Clinton elected, they would have dominated, and I'm talking about the liberal, leftist, communist, globalist scum, they would have dominated the Supreme Court. You don't think that what Venezuela did here today, it wouldn't have been possible here in America? You got another thing coming, boy. You got another thing coming. So anyway, once again, Venezuela Supreme Court takes away power from the legislature in a very precarious time, folks. And as I stated, that whole country is starving to death. And no one in the world is giving a two craps about it. You know that? Now, granted, they did voluntarily allow communism to assert itself in its country. And I know there's many people right now that are thinking that, hey, Ghost, they wanted to be communists, so they get what they get. Well, there's a double-edged sword there, man, because there's a bunch of children that are starving to death that, didn't oblige or didn't have a choice to oblige Hugo Chavez or Nicolas Maduro. There's a lot of innocent people out there that are just trying to live their lives and are trying to do so around the current conditions that they were brought up in, that aren't down with communism, that aren't down with Maduro. And I think it's a shame that those folks are afflicted with the hardships that was brought upon by ridiculous, pathetic, hyper-sensationalized political romanticism. And that's all communism is. It's political romanticism. It's a bunch of crap. That's all it is. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and end the news right there. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. How much time do we have left? We got about 18 minutes, all right? We got about 18 minutes. Let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, all right? Let's get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti, all right? And by the way, people are showing me that there was actually like a helicopter ride shirt. I think that helicopter ride shirt sucks, so I think I might throw one out. I'm not too sure yet, all right? I might throw one out. We'll see what happens for tomorrow. Baller Friday tomorrow. We'll see what happens, all right? We'll see what happens. All right? Anyway, folks, hey, do we got any goddamn Radio Graffiti callers here, engineer? All right, folks. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a few Radio Graffiti callers. We got a little over 15 minutes left. Let's go ahead and take some Radio Graffiti callers right now. All right, and hopefully you idiots don't piss me off, because I'll end the broadcast. I'll end the broadcast early. Do you understand me, you troll terrorists and cyber vermin? Don't come at me. Don't come at me, bro. Anyway, we've got Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. We've got Pylons, Radio Graffiti. I'm going to throw Templeton under the bus. Beat. Shut your stupid, stinking, smelly salmon hole. Woo! Man, you know what? Shut up. That's not funny, man. Don't make fun of my dog. All right? My dog is a nice dog. Leave him alone, all right? He sits here. He's patient. He listens to me do the show, all right? Leave Templeton alone!
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a 4-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any 4-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Son of a bitch. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. Sell water filter merch. Sell water filter. Well, wait a minute. Water filter merch? Get the hell out of here. It's bad enough that, believe it or not, I host the Saturday Night Troll Show at 5:30 p.m., folks, every Saturday. Those folks actually want me to sell my kids' merch. My kids, baby! They want me to sell my kids' merch, baby! So that's very interesting, to say the least. How about Anonymous? Radio Graffiti.
My name is Cleveland.
All right, we get it. How about Anonymous? Radio Graffiti.
Back in my hometown with my new.
Oh, that's great. That's just great. Real funny. Real funny. How about Anonymous? Radio Graffiti. Radio Graffiti. What the hell was that? What the hell was that supposed to be? Jesus Christ. Hey, Karaskin, Radio Graffiti, Karaskin.
Hey, what's up? I got a scoop to show you. Are you kind of aware that there are bootleg cartoons showing up on YouTube recently that are supposed to be intended for children? Well, judging by the thumbnail and all that, they are not as innocent as you thought it could be. I mean, I'm sending you the link to that the article on your Twitter. Check it out if you have the chance.
All right, what is it? What is this? Peppa Pig used to trick children into watching disturbing videos. Oh, man, no. Are you kidding me?
I'm not joking, man. It's real.
Oh, man. These trolls. I'm telling you, you know, y'all trolls ain't going to know better until there's no more anonymity online. It's really sad that it's going to have to get to that. You know, it's really sad. You know, really sad. But thank you, trolls, for ending our internet, right? Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
Social habits hard.
What equals potato? Yay! My favorite color's clear. Yay! My favorite number 0. Yay!
know what's that? How many remixes are there, for Christ's sake, man? And what was that? Was that a I'm retarded remix? Was that a I'm retarded remix, for Christ's sake? I'm retarded. Give me a break. Good God. Give me the freaking Good God. I mean, it never fails, man. Never fails. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Sell water filter merch. Sell water filter merch. Sell water. Shut up with freaking water filters, all right? My filters. My filters. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Oh, man, you know, get this satanic crap out of here. Get out of here. Jesus Christ, man. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. We got 8 equal radio. Fuck it, Graffiti. True Beer and Butter Radio. F you. Juju, it's distilling, huff, and paint. It kills your brain cells, boy. Sobriety ruined TCR. I really don't need wagon. Sure, you're trying to get me to drink. We got the retard bus, I'm sure. Harpies for those. Look, they're trying to give me the Harpies. Damn Harpies. True Thirst Radio. Shut up. TCR Arab Oil. Shut up. Texas Martyrs in Hell, LOL. Oh, you son of a... I bet you're a little four-eyed Ghost Crypto Jew. Shut up. Oy vey. Shut it down. Shut up. BJ's for your browser. Not even funny. That's not funny, asshole, all right? My health shit, Jeffrey. Ghost drink light beer. Are you kidding me? Alcohol 1, Ghost health 0. You know what? F you. People are laughing. There's a crap all over here, man. Yeah, Whataburger Queen. Oh, that's funny. Paint 1, Distilling Brain 0. Australia first, Texas next. Don't even. Ghost Crypto Brony Circle. Ghost Palin 2020. Ghost needs a Mexican. Yeah, how the hell did some of you trolls get an account on here? A beer a day keeps the rice patties away. You son of a... Shut up! I can't get away from these trolls, man. I can't get away from these trolls.
I am dying. I am fucking dying.
You son of a bitch. Damn it. You damn remixes. Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, man. How many remixes are out here on these internets about me, man? How many remixes are there? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, did you all hear that? You know what? We got like 9 minutes left. Give it up. I mean, are you all hearing this crap, man? How many goddamn remixes are out there on these internets, man? You know, they've been making remixes of me since like 2009. You got that? Jesus Christ. 808 Radio Graffiti.
Go, this is Kuna Kaplis here. I've just been recently added into Tub Guy's Cult of Personality. Why don't you join us so that way I can be in Tub Guy's tub for a whole 3 hours? Oh, my.
Well, wait a minute. Is that really, I mean, what the hell happened to Kahuna Capital? That didn't sound like Kahuna Capitalist. What the hell did you do to Kahuna, Tub Guy? What the hell did you do to Kahuna? I could only imagine where you stuck the pineapple. You know what? Never mind. Let's get that. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. We've got Pylons, Radio Graffiti.
Oh, who are you? Where are you from? What do you want to speak about?
Scream louder. Scream louder, boy. Scream louder and squeal like a pig. That's right.
I love
like a pig, boy.
So much.
Come on. Squeal louder, troll. You're like a pig. That's not even a troll. It's just
Point, motherfucker. Thank you so much for calling.
You know what it is. All right, that's enough. I mean, who cares? I don't even understand what the hell. I don't understand what the hell that was supposed to be. 360 Radio Graffiti.
It's about time for everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about throw a goddamn cripple into wood chipper. What the hell's going on here? Oh, Christ! Oh, Christ! Whoa, you died. Whoa, whoa, you died. Whoa, you died. Whoa, whoa, you died.
I mean, man, throwing cripples into wood chipper. You know, sometimes I don't even know why I'm doing this show, man. I'm serious. You know, sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm doing it. I'm not even joking, man. 352 Radio Graffiti. There's nothing wrong with what YouTube is doing. They're a private corporation. If they want to take their direction into a goddamn leftist, long-haired, liberal, bedwetting, social justice, hippie type of content creation, that's their prerogative.
But YouTube's a private company. It can censor who it likes. Yeah, isn't it funny how leftists are suddenly so vehemently in favor of the right of private companies to discriminate against people, but only when that discrimination involves censoring conservatives. And forget conservatives. Any popular YouTuber with any influence whatsoever.
You know, shut Paul Joseph Watson's ass up, all right? Look, these YouTubers deserved what they got, okay? They got well compensated before YouTube decided to go another direction. Now that money gravy train is over, now they're bitching. Hey, if you're that popular, make your own damn website, you stupid loser. 702 Radio Graffiti.
What's up?
I can't even hear you. You sound like you're talking from the inside of an anus. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Programs and new friends and even.
Yeah, we get it. All right. How about 308 Radio Graffiti?
Hold on. Here it comes.
Jesus, I mean, get this lunatic out of here, for Christ's sake, man. I'm kind of a sick pervert. How about 713 Radio Graffiti?
Hola, Senor Ghost. I'm here to be your personal little Mexican. Here to serve you your cerveza para que se le olvide que peleó en la guerra de Vietnam.
Oh, yeah. Hey, ¿tú hablo español?
Sí, ¿cómo está? Feliz
¿Cómo
día.
está?
Sí. ¿Quieres su cerveza?
¿Tú quieres chingazo?
Ándale, tómale.
¿tú quieres chingazo with este mero más chingón?
Oh, you want to fight me, Sir Ghost?
Yeah, te miro, te mato, puto.
Yo tengo pistola aquí abajo, güey.
Simón, aquí, I got, the cohete. I put the cohete in tu cara.
Órale, vato, come on, let's go. San
All right,
Antonio,
get
Texas,
this burrito-eating idiot. Get him out of here! This illegal immigrant off, for Christ's sake, man. There's a lot of Mexicans walking around out here in Texas, man. You got to know a little bit of Spanglish. You know, how about Distilling Capitalist Radio Graffiti?
G'day guys, welcome to Wilkie's Taste of Australia. Today we've got a lovely Zinza bin. It's a shellac-based paint, and we're just going to go right ahead and get some snort on.
No, Distilling, stop huffing paint. Stop huffing paint like the Huffington Post or some crap. Stop it. Good God, look, we're not promoting huffing paint here, all right? Jesus Christ. How about 647 Radio Graffiti? We got both in the house. No, Distilling. Stop huffing paint. Stop huffing paint. Stop huffing paint. Stop huffing paint. I just freaking said, Jesus Christ, man. Look, I'm only going to take a couple more. I can't take this anymore, man. Let's become a Bathhouse Thursday. I can't take it. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
I found a place where...
Yeah, get out of here. How about 614 Radio Graffiti?
Ghost, I convinced Kahuna Capitalist that if he should ever meet you, he should cover you in semen like Mount Kilauea covers the landscape in lava. Oh, my.
You sick bastard. You son of a bitch. You're sick. You're a sick punk bastard. Every day with this guy. Oh, my. Every goddamn day I got to put up with this crap. Another Bathhouse Thursday with a, oh, my. Shove your oh my's up your ass. Shove it up your oh my ass. Jesus Christ, man. You know what? I'm getting the hell out of here, man. I'm tired of this Bathhouse Thursday. I'm getting out of here. Give me the mic. You guys will be lucky if I come back to freaking Baller Friday tomorrow, for Christ's sake, man. I need a break. I need a freaking break, man. I mean, look what you idiots do to me, for Christ's sake. It's like you don't even care. It's like you don't even give a crap, man. Man, I don't care. You know what? Follow me on Twitter and Gab if you want. I don't give a crap, all right? Politics Ghost is the name to goddamn follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. You'll be lucky if I come back for Baller Friday, man. You know what? I can't believe I do this every goddamn day. Every day I do this over and over and over and over and over.